Welcome everyone to the CueSports International Expo, hosted at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. This is the Predator World 10-Ball Championship, presented by CueSports International and sponsored by Predator, the only WPA-sanctioned World Championship to take place in America. The 64-player field was increased to 128 players, as was the prize money, which is now over $250,000 with $60,000 designated to the winner. It's based on invites and WPA rankings. This is George Tehecha in the booth for this first round match, joined with the marvelous, fantastic Mark White.
Wow, that was some introduction. That was, George. Thank you very much.
I had to stretch it a little bit, but you know.
I was getting all emotional there for a second until I realised that you were joking. I don't know whether you saw the leg, but if the match is anywhere as near close as the leg was, we're in for a cracker, and two great players, of course.
We're in for a cracker regardless, Mark. You have Torsten HOHMANN, last year's BCA Hall of Famer, and then the young, as he's sometimes called, Baby Ko.
I love them brothers.
Ko Ping Han. Taiwanese players, they all made the trip this year, and we are privileged to have them here in the U.S. But they've been met with a resistance, a lot of talent.
Huge amount. Never before has there been so many QS under one roof. I was watching a little bit of the Karam earlier on.
Oh,
Kang Lee's playing today. I'll tell you what, those guys can do some stuff with that cue ball, can't they?
Guess who I met yesterday?
Who?
Blumenthal.
Wow.
Blumenthal.
What, the chef from England?
Yes, he came over. He was over with
Heston?
Kang Lee.
No, not Heston, Blumenthal.
I just got the last name. One of the greatest carom players in the world.
Oh, wow. Where's he from, George?
Cuba.
Oh, Cuba.
I'm not sure where he's from, but I know he's one of the best. Carom, him and Danny Sanchez can probably just go on and just win everything. Gosh. Championship after championship. Meanwhile, this young champion, this Taiwan Pro Cup champion of 2022, is sponsored by Zen Cues, Taiwan Typhoon. And as I said, he's the youngest of the three Ko brothers. 759 Fargo. Facing Torsten HOHMANN.
Oh, unlucky there. Just missed the carom on that two ball.
What's he going to do here, Mark? Is he going to try to come? Is he trying to throw that 7 ball in? He might. I don't think it throws enough. It's got to go quite a bit, and plus it's got to go uphill.
How's he going to throw it uphill, George? How does he do that?
He's got to hit the bottom of it. So he's not even trying to throw it. Just by the way he's aiming the ball, he's going to the top. He's just playing safe all the way. Hoping to get a little 7 ball in the way. He didn't.
It's not a great shot.
Well,
chance for Torsten.
The one thing about shots like that is when they fall just right, they look great. And when they don't, not so much.
I remember chatting with Torsten back in, I think it might have been Arizona. And I was talking to him about all the working out he does. That's twice he's been near that side pocket now. He loves going over there, doesn't he? And yeah, I was talking to him about his workout, and he's pretty fit, and he flexed his muscles. And I said, oh, you can't do that thing where you make them move, can you? Make your pecs move. And he did. He made them do a little dance for me.
Oh, my. No comment.
Well, he was hooked by the nose there.
I heard you stand in front of the mirror and try it all the time.
I do. I'm too big for the mirror, unfortunately. So he's had a little bit of a result there and deserves it after that, getting hooked on the 3.
And as you can see on the top of your screen there, we have Michaela Tabb as our head referee here at this tournament. Keeping a close eye, making sure he doesn't feather the 9. He's done a good job. He's going to use the 6 ball to get him. Did he? No, he can see the ball. Now it's Torsten's turn to battle to answer this little safety attempts.
One of the nicest guys on the circuit. Such a gentleman.
3-time world champion, Lucasi Hughes. You know, go on Facebook. He's got a couple of videos you'll just love. He's got CSI's 10 questions. And he gives you quite a bit of information. Like, for instance, his favorite game, who he admires, never give up attitude, things of this nature.
Oh, lovely. So, draw shot here. Oh, he's just stopped the ball for the side.
Well, with the responsiveness of this cloth, if he starts drawing that, he might come back too far.
Might end
It
up
doesn't
behind the
take
10.
much. It's pretty close.
We have got other tables going on as well, guys. 13 other tables in action. We'll keep you up to date as the scores begin to emerge.
This is a race to 8 with an alternate break format. So Torsten won the lag. That means that Coe will have the next break. So if you stay on, if you win the lag and you stay on serve or on break, you should win 9-8. It should be hill, and you win the last game. The whole strategy is to break your opponent's break.
I thought he was going to start singing to me then, George, for a second.
Singing? I don't sing. No.
I'll sing, you dance.
No.
Oh, what's he done here? He's overdrawn that. You're talking about overdrawn. He just played that into the wrong part of the pocket, that 6 ball, which has meant he's ended up somewhere he shouldn't have been. But luckily, he's got a straight-in combo.
Yeah, these aren't easy. They lay real nice. Tony Robles was giving us a little hint on how to shoot combos. He says when you have ball in hand and things like this, you move the cue ball as close as you can to the 7 and shoot it. It's easier to aim, and it's just truer. You have less margin for error. Yeah,
it's got less time, hasn't it, to be not accurate, and then that goes. Beautifully played.
I guess he was close enough.
So the first rack, third match of the day. We have 2 more after this, 6 and 8 o'clock.
You know, in between this match, I don't think we're going to go to commercial break after this game. I've got a little surprise for you.
Have you?
I do.
I love surprises.
I know you do. Oh, he's going for short. He didn't get there. He's come up too high. This makes this ball a little, you know, at this level, it's supposed to be made all day long. I'd much rather be down another foot. He couldn't care less. First game.
In it goes.
Koping Han, excuse me. Now for that surprise.
Go on then.
Who broke Mosconi's record?
John Schmidt.
With what, 626?
626.
626. Well, today is John Schmidt's father's birthday, Mike Schmidt. He turns 69 years old. Happy birthday, Mike. Excuse me.
I thought you said it's a surprise for me.
Well, of course, you get to wish. You get to do the 2-piece cue routine and wish him happy birthday.
They won't let me do it on air.
I know. I think you were banned from that, weren't you?
I'm banned. I'm banned. That's why I leave my cap in the room, George. I've got my chain and cap in and all that in the room. I've got my bling.
Mike Schmidt, happy birthday.
I'm a bit deflated now, to be honest, George. I was expecting like a piece of chocolate or something. All of a sudden, I get the privilege of wishing somebody happy birthday.
There's some red velvet cake. How's that? There's birthday cake. Oh, there goes the break. There goes the 8. He's got a shot. Wow. Not a good one, but he's got a shot. He can see a piece of the 1. He's behind the proverbial 8 ball.
I think, isn't this co-brother a darts champion?
A what champion?
Darts.
Darts champion?
Darts.
Oh,
you know, like
yes.
arrows.
There, yeah, I got you. I don't know. Is that a surprise you have for us? Tell the public.
I might have dreamt it, but I seem to remember something. He's a darts champion. Is he the youngest one?
He is the youngest one. And you know, one of the things we fail to tell the viewers out there is, first of all, thank them for tuning in. Second of all, this is a race to 8. It's the first round of the first stage of this 2-stage tournament. It's a race to 8, alternate break. No early 10s, no 10 balls on the break. That ball is going to drop. And there we go. He's opened everything up.
Played it lovely, didn't he? Pocket speed.
That's the Perfect example of pocket speed.
Well, he looks up for this.
How long does he have to? Can he take all the time he wants, Mark? Can he take all the time he wants out there?
No, George. There's a shot clock, don't you know?
I guess I forgot.
There it is, right on cue. You just heard the first beep from it there. They get 30 seconds to shoot. And if they run out of time, if they're running out of time, they can choose to use their extension. And there you see the little clocks next to their names. That means they both have their extensions available.
Mm-hmm. By the way, that didn't buzz on cue. I rang the ringer. You know I can't do that. I'm just kidding.
George, you're in a very playful mood today. I'm worried about you.
I am.
I hope you haven't been at that rum from Puerto Rico again.
You know, I just really can't say. But I did have some of that red velvet cake from that machine out in the hallway.
Really?
Yeah. I had them last year. They were delicious.
You can get cake.
You haven't seen that machine in the...
oh, is it up by where the elevators are?
No. It's
Then
where
I
you
haven't
go.
seen it.
It's where that main gift shop is in the Ipanema Tower, right by the cashiers.
Yeah, just to the left of the logo shop, right?
Yes.
Yeah. On the way to Starbucks.
Yeah. Jeremy had some last year, and he told me about it, and I took up home a chocolate one and a red velvet one, and they were delicious.
I don't know how you keep the weight off you, George. Right, back to the game. Enough talk about cake. You're making me hungry. 6 ball.
To take a 2-game lead over Torsten. He's gotten a little straight here. No, he's not. He's perfect. He'll kind of check it back just a hair and come over for the 9, and then it's just a small follow shot, and he takes the second game in this race to 8. He didn't come back enough. So now he has to go over. Maybe he'll go over and over.
He'll be a quarter of the way there if he makes this 9 and 10. In the background, you might be able to hear a microphone announcement. Lots of games going on here, of course. The BCA World Championships, the USA Pool League National Championships. Really is a sight to behold. If you're anywhere near Vegas, get yourselves down there for a few days. Oh, he's overcut and he was stretching as well.
That was a little
Where's
tester.
the cue ball? He's all right.
That was a little tester. Now, Torsten wishes he I was going to say Torsten and Hohmann at the same time.
Tormann.
So it's Tormann. But he wishes that would have hung up and not ended up there. Now he's faced with, I think he's going to have to just bank it and go for it. It's hard to play safe here.
Is he cutting it?
No, I think he's banking it back to where he's at.
He is. What a bank shot. Unlucky. It's gone a little bit wide, and he's going to pot it in the wrong pocket.
Well,
unless it hangs up, it might hang up. It's going to hang up. Well, you gave me a gift during the chat between racks, and
go to a break here.
Torsten's just giving him a gift. Here he goes.
with Torsten Holman to break, as he will break whenever the score is even. He'll be breaking. If it's 2-0, or if it's 1-1, or if it's 3-1, as long as that total is even numbered, he will be breaking. Whenever it's odd, Ko will break.
Oh, look at that for a break.
Here
Stop
comes the
the
9
cue
ball. Not gonna, it is gonna go.
Get in there, in it goes. So, no shot on the 1, but at least he's made a ball and got control of the table. There are some other games going on, as I said, but no scores coming in yet, so we'll wait until they've played a few more racks, George.
Well, we had a fine match this morning with Eklund Kachi, our defending champion, and then you and Tony got in the booth, kicked me out, and I forgot who played that second match.
Skylar Woodward and Niels Fyan.
Skylar got that by a couple of games, didn't he?
He did.
That must have been a fine match.
Well, it's a little bit weird, really. Neither player played their best, and no one really pulled away. There was times when you thought they were going to at 3-1, when Sky should have gone 4-1, missed an easy positional shot, overran it, let Niels back in. Niels won it, and then should have been 4-1, and then we ended up at 5-5. And then really it was just odd racks here and there.
Well, let's see what Ko does with this 1 ball. Is he going to masse, or is he trying to go rail first between the rail and the 8?
Looks tight.
Looks tight, but it looks like it could go. That's a tough shot. It would have gone.
Would have gone, yeah.
He had just that. Oh, well, I don't know. It was so close to having to hit the corner of the side pocket.
Don't you start coughing, George. You had enough of Tony. Poor Tony.
Well, guess what?
He coughed so much, he's given himself a headache. It's taking him a little time to work this one out. He's called his extension, so he's used it early on. Proudly wearing the Deutschland shirt. He's going for this, is he? No, he's kicking it. Good shot. I thought he was hitting it really fine, but he was hitting it from behind. Oh, has he left the 1-2 on? I'll tell you what, I'm sat right behind this, and it's absolutely wired to this corner pocket. That's a bit of bad running there for Torsten.
Guess who's come in 9th through 16th in 3 of 6 events he's played?
Torsten Holman.
Very good guess.
I thought you might be saying that because he's at the table.
Because he's in this match?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't
Yeah.
Cope in hand because this is his first one that he played in. This.
Yep. Yeah, he came in 9th through 16th in Arizona, Michigan, and Ohio, and then 17th through 14th in Las Vegas, right here last year.
Yeah,
and then,
of course, he was the victim, wasn't he, George, of that 3 golden breaks.
I think so.
Against Jeremy Seaman.
And then he played, so far this year, he's played Arizona and Wisconsin and not had any take-home pay.
He needs to earn some money.
If you want to stay on the road, you do. And CueSports International and Predator have done a great job of raising sponsorships and prize monies for these guys. First year the tour was on, it was $12,000 for first place. This year it was $25,000, and even second place paid more than the 12 that first place paid last year.
Absolutely. And the prize money in this particular event we're in now, $60,000 now. There's no other, well, I don't know another one that pays that much, do you?
Not at this time.
Oh, he's just come a little bit.
The last 3 years, this was a 64-man field. This year, it is a 128-person field, excuse me, because women are encouraged. Although I don't believe any were invited. Do we have it? I don't think we have any female
No,
players.
they
We
couldn't.
have the Open.
They couldn't, George, because it overlaps with the
Exactly.
Las Vegas Open that starts on the 30th. So, yeah, that's the only reason. I'm sure they would have been. And talking of women, the reason I was a little bit late to this particular match, I was saying goodbye to Kelly Fisher's brother, who heads back to San Diego today. And with him was Kelly, of course, and also Alison Fisher's mum. And we were waiting for Alison to come along, and she came along. It's the first time I've ever met her. She goes, "All right, mate, are you the one commentating?"
Nice position here. Very nice position.
And you know people of that quality are listening to you, because she's a great commentator, Alison Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
And when you know people like that are listening to you.
If it has anything to do with pool, you should pay attention.
Yeah. He's going to run this through and play this.
Yeah, just a nice stun.
Wow.
That's very well done.
That's
well,
it's not well done, is it? Look
no,
what he's made a mess of that.
He's got a little bit. He's got to be a little bit cautious here. Rather cautious, because this.
Where's the cue ball in the corner pocket? That's why he's digging down. Look.
Yeah.
He's got to pull that cue ball to the right-hand side of that pocket. No problem. In it goes. So 3-0 now.
And the break.
Yeah, it's.
He can easily, before Torsten comes back, we could be looking at a 4-game deficit.
Could be halfway there, George. I'm just looking for some score updates.
Well, you look at the score updates. I'm going to make a prediction that the Hitman comes out swinging when he gets a chance.
If you weren't with us earlier, guys, I'm just going to go through a few people who have already won their first round matches. Albin Ocean, Lee Van Corteza, Piers Labutis, Ko Pin Yi, the brother of the guy we're watching now, Jason Shaw, Roman Hebler, Eklund Kachi, Tommy Tokov, Mietsko Fortunsky, Mark Beisterbosch, Hunter Lombardo, Michael Schneider, Alex Kazakis, Alex Pagulian, Victor Zelensky. That was in a tough match against Oscar Dominguez. Finally got over the line 8-6. Robbie Capito beat the legend Jose Perica. Omar Al Shaheen overcame Gerson Martinez Boza. Al Obaidi got through 8-3. Sajin Perlavanovic won a tough one, 8-6. And Ko Ping Chung won 8-0. And Tyler Steyer went 8-4 down to Blaine Barkas.
That is the first. That is the first cue ball I've seen fly off the table.
Well, I hope they didn't break our LED bulbs in our beautiful electronic arena.
Yeah, that's the first cue ball in the last 3 tournaments I've seen fly off the table on the break.
Yeah, I think I've seen one go off during the jump.
During the jump, yeah, close
in
to
the last tournament or something, but not from the break, George.
Yeah.
I didn't actually catch that. I was busy looking at scores.
It's okay. I watched the fly off, so it went quite a ways.
Ralph Souquet beat Billy Thorpe 8-2. What a result that is. The Kaiser.
The torpedo never took off.
He didn't. Died on the launch pad. So come on, Torsten. Let's see some of that magic.
Let's see some of that Hall of Fame stroke. Let's see that Hall of Fame stroke. But that's a pretty good prize money for these guys, you know, when they're in here in this building and the 128 players and more than $250,000. That's not peanuts.
Who's holding the money, George? Is it you?
If I was, I wouldn't be here. I'd be in.
You'd
I'd
be
be
in
someplace
Puerto Rico.
in Puerto Rico.
No, don't go to Puerto Rico, because we'll be coming there soon and we'll find you.
Oh, well, I'll stay off the beach then. But I'll have to enjoy those rums of Puerto Rico.
Now, how'd you like playing this off the 9, George, just to move that 9 into a better position?
He could, but the 9's not in a bad position. He goes to that side pocket pretty easily. In fact, I wouldn't want to touch it.
Neither did Torsten.
Keep going. Keep
Yeah,
going.
he's
There he
okay
goes.
now.
And now he's got to avoid the 10.
Yeah,
And
first glance, sorry, mate.
That's all right. You
I
got it.
thought that the 9 was glued to the side rail, but I've just
Yeah.
got closer to the screen. And
Well, see, you alerted me to that, so I took a peek.
Good man.
And that I knew that he didn't have to move it.
That's why there's 2 of us in here.
That's exactly right. So whenever I'm wrong, you can correct me, and whenever you're wrong, well, we just let you go on being that way. I think he's going to play it in the corner.
Wow. That was just kept running and running, didn't it? These new cloths on these tables, all recovered.
Oh no! What's he doing in the side?
No, he's going down the end. It's a bit of a cut, George, on that. What a nice shot that is.
Oh,
that
what a
gets
shot!
Round of applause, and it does.
We just learned something. He aimed away from the ball, but with inside English to hold that line.
And in it goes.
And it's the first game for him.
3-1.
He gets his game on the board, and will be breaking to make it 2-3 if he can.
Yeah, he will be breaking. I don't know why, but I'm just not getting any scores through at the moment. We'll keep at it, guys. Meanwhile, we have another match coming for you at 6 p.m. and another one at 8. 5 games for the next 5 days.
The next match at 6 p.m. will be a Spaniard and an American. It'll be the...
Do you want me to guess? Or?
10 ball. Go ahead and guess.
No, I can't guess.
The 10 ball breaking, making Jeremy Seaman.
Oh, I was just talking to him. I just congratulated him on his lovely post that he put on Facebook.
He will be in the arena at 6 o'clock versus Francisco Sanchez-Reis. Francisco Sanchez, the young 30-year-old sensation from Spain that is, well, he's like one of the, I should look it up and tell you exactly. He's like in the top 10 of Fargos. He's 822 Fargo.
I think he's in top 3, George.
Now you're going to make me look, aren't you?
Go and have a look.
All righty.
While I
you talk about this, guys.
While I mess this layout out.
You let the viewers know what they're looking at, why they're looking at it, and how it's going to go about. I can't do that, so I have to ask you to do it. I'll just look at the...
So obviously, 1 in the side, passes the 4 by the looks of it. Maybe 3 rails here.
Oh, I didn't want that. I did not want that.
Drew it. Oh, that's perfect. Didn't realise he could hit it that thick. Played to perfection. Now, 4 waiting over the side. Just played this with a trace of. Yep. Just goes across and plays. Going to play it into the clock, George, now.
In the top 100 Fargo-rated players, he is 5th, tied with Dennis Ercolo.
Wow, it's pretty strong.
77, almost 7,800 games robustness.
Wow.
Games played in Fargo.
Well, that's the only reason I'm not 822 Fargo rate, because, you know, I just don't have the robustness, George.
That's what it is. That must be it.
If only. So, in charge of this. No problems by the looks of it.
He's looking good to get to that second game on the scorecard. Travel the cue ball straight at the 10 to about where his hand. Oh, he went the other side.
Yeah, played a little bit of right-hand English, didn't he? He's played it too hard again, though. Well, maybe he can still cut this back, George. Maybe play it in the side.
I saw him practicing. I don't know if he was practicing or in a match. And he had a shot like this, and instead of cutting it to the side or the corner, he banked this.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
it looks like he's cutting it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what he called.
He's cutting it. He's cutting it.
Overcut it.
He's overdone it. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Well, has he got him hooked? He might
He's
make
got
it a
him
little
hooked.
bit more difficult. I mean, you know.
Well, there's a chance here that he doesn't have to execute perfectly. But all these guys kick so well.
Still got to get a shot on the 10, though. So, you know, it's better than leaving him full on it, right? Anything can happen here. Misjudge it slightly. You can follow it in. He'll probably go 2 rails, will he? Yes, he's gone the 2 rails to get out there.
See, that's what well, he's got a good shot on this.
Yeah,
it's a shot. Good shot for the side. Got a good bump on it.
So he's going to make it halfway to the 4, to the 8 that he needs.
And then we'll go to a break because we got to pay the bills. We are back. We are back. HOHMANN to break, leading 4-1 over Hall of Famer Torsten HOHMANN, the Hitman.
Yeah, he's suffering. Suffering just a little bit at the moment, isn't he, Torsten?
Speaking of Torsten, what do you think his favorite game is?
Chess. 14-1.
14-1. He gets it.
Next, I was going to say Scrabble.
Oh, Scrabble. What player do you think he admires the most?
It's got to be Earl. Efren.
Ralph Souquet.
Wow.
That's all part of the things you can find out about Torsten on his CSI 10 Questions on YouTube.
Yeah, I like these little things. I love the part. I was laying in my room last night, keeping away from the room. I thought I'm going to have a clean day away from it. Had some nice food, George, watching a bit of TV. And then I was so tempted to come down when I saw Margaret Fefilova going round all the arena, interviewing the players, and they were all practicing. It was really nice little piece, that was.
You know, not only was it it was so very well received by the players. She's interviewing the players. Oh, great safety by Torsten here on this one ball. But it's very well received by the players, and it's a very needed thing to be interviewed after your matches. She interviews the winners, and she's doing a very good job with it.
Yeah, in addition to the Predator team, here full-time now, living with fiancé Tyler Steyer. I hear wedding bells. They've just had their year anniversary together, engaged.
He's going to get a safety out of this.
Oh, that's a nice little rubber to green there.
Yeah, but look for this to get kicked in.
Yeah, I mean, this is one you'd expect him to make, wouldn't you?
Yes, this is one that is pretty straightforward. It's a big ball. He has almost 5 inches to hit on the left side rail there before he hits the ball to make it.
Well, he's playing this with bottom.
I don't understand. Well, I see why he is, because he wants to really come off down all the way down for the 2, and he went and held it up too much. That's what the bottom did.
Widened the angle. And all of a sudden, a great chance here to go 5-1 up. Just bring you some scores, guys. The semi-finalist of the Las Vegas Open, Mika Immonen, is 4-1 up against Yuji Takagi. Corey Gill, just to my right, 4-1 up against Marco Dorenberg. The Spaniard, one of your lot, Jonas Salto Comino, 4-1 ahead. And the another semi-finalist, Matus Snigoki.
He played very well. He was very impressive. He was very impressive in that tournament. He's
4-0 up also. We'll bring you some other scores. Aloysius Yap, the runner-up, 3-2 down to Donnie Mills.
Well, he's going to have a drawstring on this ball, isn't he?
Wow, look at this.
How well he controlled that.
Just beautiful. The timing, timing through the cue ball was perfection.
How well he controlled that. Jonas Sato, what do you think his biggest win is to date?
Shane Van Bonen.
And when did that happen?
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy or something.
Happened right here on the stream. Hey, you started with a little, what do you call it? It's fact trivia. And now I'm gonna nail you with some questions about where you can find all the answers right here in your memory banks.
I feel like I'm doing overtime here, George. I'm going to be putting a request in for more money.
Well, you deserve it. As long as I get my commission.
I do it for love.
Uh-oh. Well, you know, that's one of the things I would like to find out, and I'm going to ask one of the players, but none of them speak English. I have to ask the interpreter. Most of the Taiwanese that I've seen are wearing that Taiwan Typhoon, who is one of their sponsors. Yulong Chang, all 3 co-brothers who are in it. And basically, they have that same shirt with different patches. So, and it's, I just wonder what it is. Taiwan Typhoon. Sounds like a blue fire, sapphire gin drink or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thirsty.
I'm not sure that gin is popular over there, is it? I suppose it's popular all over the world.
I don't know, but if I'm going to have a gin and tonic, I like that blue sapphire.
Yeah, well, you've got expensive taste, George. I've seen the way you dress.
CSI gives me shirts to wear. Predator gave me a shirt to wear. I was walking down the hall.
I gave you a shirt to wear as well.
You gave me 2 of them.
I gave you 2 of them.
That's right. I come here without clothes, and I do better than the guys and the homeless guys on the street. These guys give me shirts. That's what happens when you get old and you're on a fixed income.
I'm going to get the violins out in a minute.
I want a Stradivarius.
See what I mean? Expensive tastes.
I did that just so you'd say that.
I'll get you a Fisher Price one.
There we go.
So, chance to go 4-2 here now, and I'm sure he's going to. And it goes.
I thought you were going to pull time to pull one back. Isn't that what you usually say when you make up a game and you're trailing?
I say lots of different. I don't know what I'm going to say half the time, George. It just comes out all of a sudden. Whatever comes out, comes out. I'm not as prepared as you are. I'm lacking in the stats department, that's for sure.
Oh, no, you're not. You did a great job with your stats.
Yeah, so 60,000 they're playing for. Now, I believe the World Championships begins the week after next. And I think that pays 30,000, the World Pool Championships, 9 ball. Pretty sure it's 30,000, George, so this is double.
Double that. Well, this is a world championship. And I will say, Alpha, Medalla, Premium Light, Rums of San Francisco, Cyberts.com.
Rums of San Francisco.
Oh, I was
What?
thinking of San Francisco. See, now I know he's listening. That was a voice check there. I want to see if he was listening. Rums of your favorite, Puerto Rico.
Thorsten Herman breaking off from the land of Oktoberfest, he is.
Oh my, that 4-ball came close, and it made Torsten lean towards the pocket, and it still didn't help it go in.
Yeah, and look how he's left him on this 1 ball. Look at the 2. Well, once again, George, this looks elementary, my dear Watson.
You know, anywhere on the line between the 1 and the 3 and where the cue ball is now makes that 3 so very makeable, and the cue ball comes around for position on the 4, going rail first.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much got a stop shot on the 1. Just make sure not to get behind the 9, because it's going to travel up a little bit towards the side. And then the 2, and just make sure you find a line to get to the 3 ball. He's got a window between the 4-5 and the 5-7. He's going to have to come all the way up past of where he is. Like he just that diamond off the side pocket that he just kind of aimed from. That's about where he's going to have to be so that he's got a clear shot and not have to mess with the rail first shot.
I'm confused already.
He's there, unless he gets behind the 10.
Hold up, hold up.
I think he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. Yeah.
And right on cue, the overhead comes into view. How would you describe Skylar Woodward's performance this morning?
I did not watch the match. I do usually watch the matches I don't commentate. But that one I did not.
Oh, this has gone wrong again. Well, I think he can still cut this in okay. But it's not easy cueing. Very quiet, lads. Very nice, though. I know the oldest brother speaks some English.
Does he? Copigny?
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice little cut there.
Is he going to go all the way?
Going to go behind the 7? No, he's not going to reach
so.
that far.
I don't think so. He's good. A little close to the rail for my taste, but he's good.
They're my least favourite shots when you're on the rail. Jason Shaw told me less backswing and still push through the ball and keep the head down. That's the way to play cushion shots. Look at that, stroked it home.
Less backswing, and what was it again?
Push through.
Push through, follow through.
Yeah, forget the rail, push through as normal and keep your head down.
Yeah, run that tip right at the ball.
Yeah.
At the object ball. Good advice, especially if it comes from Jason Shaw.
Yeah, he played earlier on today. He went through, no problems. He was very vocal about the tables. But then today, praised them and said how well Predator have done to get them all up to standard. And they certainly are. They're playing beautiful today. If you can't play on this, you shouldn't be playing pool, George.
I want to play on it. They just won't let me play pool on them. It's just for the pros.
Yeah, we'll have to stick to the Salotto table.
I played a little bit on that last. You know who I played with last night was Brenton, our camera guy. He plays pretty well.
Yeah, he plays pretty good. He used to do a lot of gambling,
Yeah.
apparently. If you want to play on the Predator, though, you can go and play on
In
the
the
one in the
practice room.
Predator,
Yeah, I
or
saw
in the
that.
Predator booth over there.
I was
play on
gonna,
that.
we were off on Sunday. I was going to try that. I believe we're going to a break after this 10 ball, but it was just, there's 4 or 5 guys in there, and they were all, you know, pros, so I let break time. We're back at the Predator World 10-Ball Championships presented by CueSports International, sponsored by Predator Medalla Premium Light Beer, Rums of Puerto Rico, Cyberts.com, Alpha Cryptocurrencies. Breaking, leading 5-2 was HOHMANN.
Yeah, they haven't broke too well.
24-year-old broke dry. 42-year-old Torsten HOHMANN at the table. Got 60 seconds to determine how to attack this.
Yeah, great little tip from Jeremy Jones. Said not enough players use all the 60 seconds when they have it to really look and stand and plan the table. You know, they waste sometimes 30 seconds that they'll never get back. But Torsten is taking a little more time.
And it's a good piece of advice to just plan it all right there. That way it minimizes the number of, well, you only have one, but extension you might have to use. You've got it all planned out, and then you can minimize, you know, your adjustments.
Yep. Couple of other not results, guys, but latest scores. Darren Appleton 3-1 up against Jovan Bustamante. Lovely story developing over on table 10. Eric Roberts, the youngster, who wasn't going to get here, but Sky Woodward and Ashley they actually paid for his entry fee, and that's nice, isn't it?
Oh, you told me about that, yes.
Yeah, so, and he's 4-1 up on Max Eberle. Conrad Musician back in action against Justin Martin. He's 4-2 up.
Torsten back at the table needing to pull one back. Are you done with those?
No, go on. I can come in any time with these, can't I? They're not going to go anywhere. They're just going to get better.
I was just going to say he needs this in this all-important race to 8. He's trailing 2-5. He needs this to go to 3-5 because he will have the break then, since it will tie up at 3-5. It's an even number, which is 8, and he will be breaking the balls.
I don't know how you do your math so quickly, George. I really don't.
I have a computer on the side.
Shane Van Boning is playing Masato Yoshioka. He's 5-3 up, Shane. Local favourite, of course. Jason Thurong, listen to this, from South Africa. 5-2 up on Yu Long Chang. So nice stories developing all the way around the Rio All Suites Hotel here.
I think you can see the entire 2-ball. And just a nice long straight in shot gets him to the 3, because it's got a slight, ever so slight angle that's going to move him over it in line for the 3. And then it all lays out pretty nice. The 4 balls in front of a pocket.
Wow,
oh, but he missed it, and that's why he came around so far. He overcut the ball. But this is a unintentional safety.
Yeah,
you know, I've heard.
Hand.
Yeah, he raises his hand for that. You know, kind of like recognizing, like you described before. This is one of those times I've heard players argue or discuss, excuse me, that when you get a safety like this, you should be able to pass it back.
No.
It's an accidental safety like this. It would take some of the rolls out of the game. I've actually heard players talk about that particular type of instance, where you flat miss a ball and get a lucky safety.
How are you going to determine that?
Exactly.
You can't police
exactly.
it. You can't referee that.
And I totally agree with that.
You know, let's just keep the game simple. Let's rack the balls. Let's break them, and let's see some run-outs. Or some good safety and a little bit of luck as well. It all adds to the excitement, you know.
Well, you know, you can't control everything in pool. There are some uncontrollables that just, as some might say, stuff happens.
Luck usually evens itself out, especially in the longer races now. You know, this is a race to 8. It's going to be pretty. You can choose different shots that you've seen players play and think, oh yeah, they had a little roll there, and the other one had a little roll here.
Simple roll forward, or we come across a 7 for the 6 in the same pocket as the 5. Simple roll forward.
Well, things looking ominous for the German. Be just 2 away, and I always think if you can keep your opponent 2 from the end, you've still got a chance. But as soon as you let them get on the hill, it becomes so tough.
Go keeping it simple. You play this in the side or in the corner? He's going. Looks like he's going to the side pocket.
Yeah, in the side, and just draw across for the 8. Couldn't really go wrong, could it?
Yeah. So this is going to put him on 6 if he, executes these last 3 balls. He's done that. That's the second time he's done that on the same type of shot and missed it exactly the same way.
Unbelievable. What a chance for Torsten. It's his birthday, not just Mike Schmidt's. Nicely played.
Yeah,
nice little nudge on that 10. Played it beautifully, didn't he?
This is what Torsten needs.
I'm going to make a quick bet with you. I think he's going to make this 10.
I'll make another bet with you. I'll bet your water's wet.
It is. I need some of it, actually. While you're talking, we do. over these weeks.
You're going to have to wait till break time. Michaela Tabb to rack the balls for these gentlemen, our head referee.
Yeah, I just saw Corey Jewell out the corner of my eye.
He was breaking at practice. That Corey Jewell you just talked about with the break. Not with the break, I'm sorry. With the bridge.
Yeah,
using the bridge to break.
Yeah. He used that at a tournament a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I remember doing a little piece on it.
Yeah, he puts his hand close to the bridge, lays it on the table, and then it gets in position as you would for a break shot, and breaks with the cue off the bridge, on the bridge. As it says, the height is more consistent for him than using his hand. That way there's no movement.
He has his little idiosyncrasies, doesn't he, Corey Jewell?
Well,
a bit like Earl Strickland.
Yeah, he experiments. And actually it, to a degree, makes sense. I mean, it makes sense to him, and we watched him. He had a few people around him, and he was discussing it with onlookers and with John Lehman, our referee, because John asked him, what's your reasoning behind that? And that was his answer. Was the consistency of the height of the cue. Behind the 6? No, not behind the 6. So again, he's had a couple of hiccups this match, but he still leads 5-3.
How about this? 2 balls straight back. Now he's playing safe, coming round 2, maybe 3 rails here.
High percentage. It's going to leak on him.
Oh, look at this. What a bit of bad luck that is.
I think he's
through. I think he can get to the potting angle.
It looks like it. It does.
Oh, no, he
like
can't.
Oh, there we go.
No, he can't. Now you can see from that angle. So deceiving sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, if he 3-rail kicks it and kicks the 1 ball away from the rail, it's a dead sellout. I don't think he gets a hook. If he slides off of it softly like this, he might get a safety.
Well, he's lucky that the 7 ball nearly went in there. He's got him. Now, can he kick and stick this, George? That's what he's looking at.
Kick and stick it. I think he can. He can kick it 2 rails towards the 7 out of the left-hand corner. And he might be able to stick the cue ball right there. That's exactly what he's attempting. Got away.
I lost the cue
ball. He slipped a little bit.
Oh, it's going to go in off the 10, is it? Is it going to go off the 10? No, not enough pace.
No, but you made everybody stand on their toes for that.
I almost stood up then. My mum thinks I'm too excitable sometimes. I remember day 1, George, and the 10 ball went in on the very, very first rack that we were commentating on of the Las Vegas Open. And then I realised that it wasn't, you told me that it wasn't counting on the break anymore, remember?
Yes, here.
I think the cue ball went in at the same time as well, actually.
It did, it did. There was a scratch at the same time.
Yeah. You saved my blushes.
Yeah, well, he better make the 7 ball. Nope.
No, no.
Well, Torsten is getting the opportunities now. He's had a few, and I think on one occasion he ended up behind a ball. What seemed to be a run out. He ended up behind a ball, and it cost him 2 games.
There's the perfect shot. Everything in line, the head, the elbow, the bridge hand. He's overdone this, he's okay.
No,
I don't know why he was angry with that. He slapped the table like he wasn't very happy with it, but it's turned out okay.
Because another 1/4 inch to the left and you would hit the 9 ball full and you wouldn't have the position for the side pocket.
Yeah. Back in nice position now, though.
Yeah, he's going to have to play the 6-7 combo. I don't think he will play to the right side, short side position for the left corner, especially where he's ended up.
Just asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. Torsten has spotted something on it.
Does the shot clock stop here when the cue ball is being cleaned?
Yes, it does.
Ah.
Unlike the Moscone Cup, of course. Are you teeing me up to get me in trouble again, George?
Yes, I'm hoping Jeremy Jones is listening so he can get mad at you for giving him a hard time.
Wow, he cued that amazing, but he's gone much too far.
He's in trouble.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Well.
Behind the 7 with the cue ball?
Yeah, it's got to be. He's just not finishing these racks off in one visit, is he? It's a delicate little shot, this. There it goes. Get out of that one then.
Oh, now you're going to tease him into it. Challenge him.
We've got our first one through on one of the outside tables, table 12. Yannick Pongas has been beaten by Yukio Akaguriyama. That's the same name that we struggled with on day 1, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Akariyama? No, we struggled with Chaichen Sia.
I struggle with all of them.
No, actually, we've struggled with a couple. A couple of the Polish names we struggled with and had to get clarification. I've got one that I want to make clear. I got a little flack for saying Aloysius. People keep telling me that you pronounce it Aloysius.
No, it's Aloysius.
And I asked him the very first time I met Aloysius.
Yeah.
And this is what he asked me and how he asked me to pronounce his name. Then I got a messenger saying, you pronounce it this way. So I responded to the gentleman. I said, well, I've asked him, but if I'm, I'll ask him again. And so he was walking by me yesterday, and I called him over, and I said, Aloysius? And then, yes. And then we just kind of told him why, and he just started laughing. He goes, I'm going to make a clarification one of these days in public.
It's his surname I struggle with.
Yap.
So, 9 ball, 8 ball.
Well, Torsten definitely needs these last 3. I believe we will be going to a break after this. And easy.
He's just not getting prime position, is he? Once again.
Just a little off, a little off.
He was on that.
He's going to have to come back here for this 10 ball.
This is nasty.
Because the 10 ball's a nasty 10 ball is over the pocket. So he's coming back.
Missed it. Oh, scraped in, and he's caught the 10.
Oh, he bumped it, yeah. Actually,
10 made it even better.
Yes, he did.
So in it goes, and we'll be back.
We are back with HOHMANN. On the players list, he is listed as Ping Han Ko, and that is the PH Ko you see on the scoreboard. The other brothers are listed the same way. But when you talk to his interpreter, they like Koping Han, Koping Chung, and Koping Yi.
I wonder why they Chinese have their names the other way around. It's interesting. I'd like to know.
I guess lineage is very important there when you introduce yourself. And so this is the family name first, and then this is who you are in the family. I would guess.
Makes sense.
That's what I would think. But he's broken the balls, and it looks like it is like the desert we live in. Torsten has a shot here. Not sure the 2-ball goes by the 8, excuse me. He just pointed at the 8. Apparently he must have room. He just glanced at it and didn't get down and take a look. Do you think he might try to slide to the rail and play the 2-ball to the side pocket, since that's where the cue ball is going to head naturally? Oh, he's just going to move it and get perfect.
See, there you go. He's had a little bit of a run there for a change. Now, can he draw back and just clip that 4 away from the 3? What do you reckon?
I'd be coming right back to put the cue ball backward, close to where it's at for the 3-ball in the corner pocket.
He went
forward and ended up in a little bit of must be careful area.
Yeah, he looks surprised, doesn't he, by the pace of the table. Corey Jewell 6-2 up. Aloysius Yap 5-3 down to Donnie Mills. Darren Appleton 5-1 up over Jovan Bustamante. So Darren finding some of the old magic. Look at Mika Immonen in the last tournament. He went very deep, semi-finals. Ralph Souquet had an 8-0 win this morning, I believe.
I thought it was 8-2. Did you have an 8-0 also?
I can't remember.
Over Billy Thorpe?
8-2, that's right, yeah.
He needs this game to tie it up. I like just using just a hint of right on this and go by the 10 on the left side for the 6-ball, about where his hand is. End up right over to the left of that. Kind of just like that. Nice shot. Again, he's a little strong. He keeps kind of
struggling.
Rolling by his mark.
Yeah, just struggling with the pace at the moment.
But again, he is on the right side of the ball. Of his object ball that he's playing position 4 and 2.
Fingertips pressed hard down on the cloth, keeping that bridge hand very firm and steady, then deliver the cue through in a smooth straight line. Keep your head down, that's the perfect shot. A very quick step between his shots, George, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the quick step. I hope it doesn't turn into a flamenco. This 10-ball.
To tie it up.
To tie it up at 5.
And the break. He'll be breaking the balls. Tied at 5.
Evan Lunder is playing against your friend John Schmidt.
Yes,
John Schmidt 7-4 up on the hill at the moment. Another person on the hill. Mateusz Snigocki, the star of the Las Vegas Open, finished runner-up. Lost to Aloysius Yap, who finished runner-up. He's 7-0 up. Incredible. And Corey Jewell 6-2 up. Michaela Tapp there. What do you call her, George?
The First Lady of Pool. Best ref in the business. She's always spot on, as you like to say. She's always in the right place to make the call. You know, and actually I've seen John Lehman train his referees, and he shows them where to position yourself to watch certain types of shots.
Nice catch there, George. I was just going to say, I hope John Lehman's not listening, because hearing you call Michaela the best ref in the world, that won't make him very happy. Oh, wing ball, John.
In fact, her and I spoke about that this morning. She says, I still remember my first match I did for the Moscone Cup, and she believes it was a Reed Pierce. But she couldn't remember if his first name was Reed or his last name, and his last name was Pierce, or if it was Pierce Reed. If someone out there could, you know, I'm going to put the chat on, see if we can, maybe someone can give us that. Go back to, like, I think she said it was like 2000, her very first Moscone Cup. And the first match she refereed was Reed Pierce or Pierce Reed. But she, you know, kind of talked about that, and I told her what I'd been calling her, and she enjoyed it. I got a nice smile out of her, and she says, "Oh, thank you." And
nice little nudge there. Yeah, Michaela from Edinburgh in Scotland. Beautiful place.
Well, things are looking pretty good here for Torsten. He just has to complete these 6 balls. And it's not just has to, because this ball can be overcut very easily.
He's overcut it again. That's not the first time he's overcut a ball like that.
But
and he's left her hang a look.
Oh, yes.
Dear.
Well, we have an answer. Someone answered Reed Pierce. I will pass that along to her. Some of those guys in the chat are fast with that Google button, aren't they?
Yeah.
They know where to go and where to find it. I even know now where he's from. So he was an American player from Mississippi, someone just said. If that information is correct and stands as correct, thank you guys for the help.
Yeah, we got some good viewers.
We got some great viewers.
Okay, we got some great viewers.
Shout out to all those great ones out there. The not so great ones, well, yeah, you can mute us.
A friend of mine from Thailand goes by the name of JC Tan. He's going to be very, very happy because I got him a special present. He's been asking me for over 2 years to get him a signed 9 ball by Shane Van Bonin. And today, I went to the Off the Rail store just outside this room, purchased a 9 ball for $10, and walk into my room, wasn't expecting to bump into Shane. Bumped into him and asked him to sign it. And he, of course, obliged. So, JC Tan, my friend in Bangkok, it's going to be winging its way to you on the 8th of April. I've finally done it for you. So you owe me a bucket of San Miguel.
San Miguel beer.
San Miguel Light.
Well, Co started out with 3 games in a row. Then they exchanged punches. Torsten wins 1, Co wins 1, Torsten wins 1, Co wins 1, and then Torsten rattles off 3 games of his own. And now Co has put a stop to that by winning 1 of the last 4 games.
Yeah, taking the lead again. It's hard to choose a winner out of the class that we have here. There's plenty of it. John Schmidt has beaten Evan Lunder 8 racks to 4. So he will advance to the next round. Evan will go to the one-loss side. Conrad Juzician has won 8-3 against American Justin Martin. Shane Van Boning, and the man who we were just talking about, has beaten Masato Yoshioka by 8 racks to 4. So SVB through to the next round. Here we go then. Ko Ping Hunt breaking off, leading 6-5.
Breaking the 12th game of this match. It's made the 1 on the break, but the 3-ball positions itself between the 2 and the cue ball. He might be able to
I
go
wonder,
right
has
first.
it though?
It sure looks like it.
He's got some shot on it though, hasn't he? He can clip a little bit of it, George.
He can clip the right side of it. It's really close.
Can he hold the cue ball there behind the?
It doesn't appear that he
send
can.
it up and down. No,
it doesn't appear that he can. You know, it's kind of interesting how, from this overhead view, if you view the 2, the 3, and the cue ball when they were there, the cue ball looks bigger than the other balls.
do you remember when it used to be for the
Yes,
ball
for
returns?
the- oh,
Do you remember that?
Yeah, for the on bar tables, the big clay ball.
And it was
I remember
the
that,
it was
yeah.
the opposite in England. We had a smaller cue ball, and
Oh,
it was
yeah?
a nightmare. Easy to draw back, but you could never follow through with it.
And you couldn't push through balls either. Exactly.
Pushing out. Wow. I think he's played that a little bit strong, has he? Or has he left him just the edge of it? You can see the cogs in Torsten's brain going round and round now. What am I going to do? I don't know whether this is true or not. Well, it must be because I read it. Apparently,
Oh, where did you read it first?
well, yeah. Well, when I tell you the fact, it
Okay.
might actually give you an insight into my head.
Okay.
Apparently, a human can live with only half a skull, half a brain.
You only use less than 25% of it.
I only use about 5% of mine. I'm pretty sure.
I think it's probably less. To tell you the truth, yeah. No, I'm saying the average human. The average human. I didn't mean you. Look at this.
Nice. Nice bank. Cross side.
Can't tell if he can see the 3 or not. I don't think he can. Again, he is played on the floor. It's rather frowned upon. It's usually a foul. Plus, in the pool room, it costs you more to play on the floor, right?
It cost me more to play on the floor because I use that more than the table. At least I never wear the cloth out, George. We do go through a few carpets though. So looks like Torsten, great chance here to tie things up again at 6-6.
Going around. He got around the 8 ball safely, maneuvered it perfectly. In line for the 5.
Just has to mind the 9 ball here.
He's in very good position here.
Yeah, just didn't get too into it. Nicely played, perfect to drift over for the 9 ball. He's got the spring back in his step.
He will have the break once he finishes these 3 balls off.
I must admit, George, I'm getting very excited about this WPBA event, which is going to be taking place. Really looking forward to that.
It will be the first Alpha Las Vegas Open for the women ever.
And it will be part of the tour. And in it goes. We're just going to drift off for a couple of minutes.
Back right here with Torsten Holman breaking. Tied at 6 in a race to 8. First stage of a 2-stage Predator World 10-ball championship. Over $250,000 in prize monies, $60,000 to the winner.
Got one score to bring you, a result. Jason Theron from South Africa is beating China's Wu Long Chang 8 racks to 5. Good result there, and he will play Shane Van Boning in the next round. That match, of course, will be tomorrow, and I believe it's going to be the stream match. Well, that's where it's gone to. I'm not sure it will be. It might change by then, George. Corey Jules 6-3 up on the table next to me. So, Torsten Holman.
Unhappy with that. Very unhappy with that. As soon as he hit it, he just kind of put his head down.
You know, this is the 13th rack, George, and really should be used to the speed of the table by now. He's just been over-hitting quite a few shots today, Torsten. He needs to get a good hit on this. Is he going to go? I like going to Rousey. Yeah, there. He's going to go. He's going to try and kick this back down. May call the side pocket. I'm not sure. He's calling the corner. He's going the other way.
He's going to try to hit that diamond coming in. He's going to spin into it so he can angle in behind the 2 and kick it to the corner pocket.
He's going one round. Wow, he was a long way off. Oh, no, he's hit it.
It's not going to work out.
Oh.
I'm going to try my Spanish here. You ready for this, Mark?
Go.
El straight in-o. Did I fail?
No, I understood it perfectly.
Oh, boy. I think I'm getting punchy. Should have taken that nap.
I think I'm going blind, George. I didn't even see the 2 ball. I thought he was playing for the 3 before.
We're in trouble,
when
folks.
He was hooked. Yeah, you are in trouble.
I'm getting punchy and you're getting blind, you said. You said you were going blind. Can he call the 10 ball?
I think so, yeah. It will come back up, of course, when he makes it. He's just using it as a way to carry on. Nicely played, controlled.
6 ball could be challenging.
There you see Michaela.
Mm-hmm.
Straight in, 10 back on the spot.
What a classy lady. She's always been pure class since 2000.
Absolutely.
When the public has had their chance to view her on the screen.
She's refereed some huge snooker
huge
matches.
Yes. Nice approach for the 5. Probably stay in the same area for the 6. Probably just a little closer to the rail so he doesn't have to come off. Because these are the couple shots that he's missed. This type of shot right here. Once he gets to shooting the 6 ball. He's left the cue ball about where the 5 ball is, and he has pinched it off both times.
Might call his extension here because he hasn't got long left. The beep's going to go any second.
See, he chose to get, he's gotten too straight.
How's he going to get over for the 7?
He's gotten way too straight.
He's going to have to stop it there, just draw it back a little bit maybe, and take a tough 7. A bit careless there, George.
Well, he just wanted to make sure he didn't leave himself where the cue ball was, because he was probably thinking about the two shots that he pinched out. He hit that one nice, but
He needs to hit this one nice now as well.
Yeah, this will take a nice pure stroke.
Yeah, you see he snatched at that a little bit. His cue actually looked like it came off the top of the cue ball then.
Big break for Torsten.
And he's going to get to the hill, George. What a time for a mistake like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just needs to get the right side of the 8 ball, drop down for the 9, and it's going to be 7-6 to the man from Germany.
The HOHMANN from Germany.
Oh, don't go straight. He won't. Little bounce.
Oh,
he's okay.
He's perfect. A little higher than I'd like to be, or he'd like to be, but he's there. It's a rather makeable shot. But not a gimme.
In it goes. It's HOHMANN on the hill.
Needing one to close him out. But Ko will have the break in this alternate break format.
He needs to make a ball and run the rack, you feel. We could be seeing our first hill-hill match here, George.
The first one this morning was 8-3. And then we had Skyler over Niels, 8-6. And now we have these two gentlemen. And they've both been perfect gentlemen at the table.
Earlier on, Victor Zelensky, the champion from the Alpha Las Vegas Open, had a really tough match against Oscar Dominguez. Ran out 8-6 winner in the end. With Zelensky, Kazakis already through, Pagulian, Robbie Capito, Omar Al-Shaheen, just a few of the big names. Back to another one. Ko Ping-Han.
Oh, that 6 ball was tracking 4 rails. Is the 7 ball doing that? It did
it,
but not in the hole.
No.
Not in the hole. And look what the 4 ball's done. What do you do here?
So you could say that's a bit of good luck, couldn't you? Could have so easily left a shot on the 1 here for Torsten.
He hasn't. Go ahead, he hasn't. Sorry.
No, just he hasn't left him a shot.
Do you push behind the 5 where the 7 is for that jump shot?
I would run the four up a little bit, I think, and leave the jump behind the four.
Or that right there.
That,
yeah. Just give yourself a little more room to jump off the 4.
Yeah.
That's
intelligent.
It is, because that's much more
Now
manageable
you can bridge.
than the 7. Correct.
Yeah, played it very well.
Yeah, I like the angle behind the 5 than this year, because when he jumps this, if that cue ball runs into the 3 ball, he won't have position for the. He won't have position for the 2. I was right. From this angle, that's why I kind of like jumping over the 5 instead.
Corey Jewell on the hill. 7-4 up against Marco Dorenberg.
Missed it entirely. And let's see where we go. It's going to come up. He's going to have a shot.
Well, it's been
not a very
fortunate again.
Well, fortunate in that he didn't leave an offensive shot, but he's left a very good defensive shot. He's found, it leaked out.
Gap. See, once again, it's the pace of the table that surprised Torsten, though he shouldn't be surprised. Rack 14 we're in now. And he's had enough goes as well.
It's still a tough shot to make, but he had position 2 rails for the deuce. Didn't make it. And this 1 ball is going to sit right in front of the pocket. Small jump shot for Torsten. Steps back to pick up his cue.
Listen to this for a shock result.
Oh boy.
Donnie Mills has beaten Aloysius Yap by 8 racks to 3. What a performance there for the man from Florida.
Well, that tells me Yap wasn't breaking real well.
Nice jump there by Torsten. The crowd always love a jump shot.
They are. People they seem to gravitate towards them, to the excitement of going over a ball. Simple as that might look sometimes. They like seeing a jump shot, and it will always get an applause.
I think what's changed, George, with cues like the air rush, players are playing such great position off the jump shots as well, and they're even using them for safety shots. I know Filler does it all the time. Oh, that's another miss from Torsten. This time it's his turn to get a little roll.
That was the whole cinnamon roll, dude. That was big. That's a big roll. This is a tough hit. This is a very tough hit. He's jumping. Well, now we know Mez has a nice hit.
Well, he's got away with it to a certain extent, you can say, but he made a good strike on it.
It almost looks like Torsten can make it. If not, he can kick behind it, but almost. Doesn't it?
Tight. It looks very tight.
Yeah. It doesn't have to hit too much of it.
If he can win this, it will be a big win for Torsten, because he hasn't played his best. And sometimes it's these little scrappy matches that you need to win. It's okay winning when you're playing well. It's these ones you have to fight and grind out to get a result. Intelligent little shot there. Played it well, but I think Torsten, well, can he go top rail and side rail?
Well, even if he makes a hit from top rail to side rail, unless he makes the ball, he's still going to leave a shot, I think, unless hits it pretty hard and he happens to come out fortunate and gets a hook behind the 3 balls that are down there.
Yeah, he needs to go
he needs to
two
come
rails.
some 2 rails and send that up and maybe try to find a way to hold it behind the 10-4. Kind of like that. Kind of like that, yeah.
Wants that to hit that 3 hard. It didn't.
Yeah.
Now then, a chance. And look at the angle on he's got on the 2, George, to run into the 3.
He's left a lot of distance. And to tell you the truth, shots like this, Baby Coe has not handled him well. Although he's a young man now, so we shouldn't be calling him Baby Coe. He's not going to like that. I wouldn't. Went for the bank. It's going to come back up. It's going past the side, so no gimme. But he's got a 2-rail shot to get below this 6 on the bottom here by the spot. And the cue ball up by the 3.
Corey Jewell has just won his match. And on the hill, Darren Appleton against Jovan Bustamante.
He went just 1 rail and got it down there with cover.
Nice shot.
He's got good cover, too. Not sure if he's blocked the kick from the bottom rail, but it looks like he may have. Might be able to spin back.
2 rails, 1 rail maybe.
I think he's going 1.
Needs to be accurate here. Oh, it was so close to being perfect, wasn't it?
Swing and a miss. Had he hit that as thin as he intended to it, like, you know, the way he aimed it and came close, that cue ball may have come back between the 6-10 and possibly gotten some cover. Yeah. Yeah, you called that just right. But everything's open here, and
this is a nice angle on this 3. I like that.
Torsten's fate is in his own hands here. Pretty much stay to the center of the table for the next 2 shots after this one.
I think they might be calling the raffle for the $6,000 cue package, George. Wish I'd have bought a ticket now.
There you go.
Seems like you're going to break out into a little verse of New York, New York in a minute.
Dun, 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 dun. Well, he's got to run the cue ball around. He didn't get where he needed to get for the 5. You know, right after this match, our 6 p.m. match is scheduled. It will be Francisco Sanchez-Reis versus Jeremy Seaman.
Jeremy the welder from Battle Creek. Nice guy. Good, honest working. Shows up here, does a week's work welding, and then comes out and plays some great stuff, considering he doesn't practice that much. Family man as well. Not easy being a pro, George.
No, you got to travel all over the place, and you got to find time to play a lot of pool, because if you don't play it, you're not going to execute it as well as you should or could.
It's so easy to lose your rhythm. And a nice smooth cue action can take some time to get back into it. Nicely played, Torsten. Wow.
These 2 balls for the match. And this 10 ball in the Hall of Famer will move on to the 2nd round on the winner's side. And the young Koping Han will move over to the 1-loss side. But if he can make it to the knockout round of the final 32, we'll be good. We'll keep.
We'll be back with the next match shortly, guys.